So thank you so much for doing this interview with me on behalf of Disability Rights Louisiana and the disability community across our great state. Um, what is your assessment of accessibility of healthcare and home and community-based services for individuals with disabilities?
Well, my assessment, um, you know, look, I spent, I guess, 9.5 years in the legislature. I've been treasurer for 6 years. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to work much with the disability community like I did in the legislature. So, I mean, I've worked real hard to, I manage all the investment accounts as state treasurer for ABLE that allows families to invest money and put money aside, tax deferred, to care for their loved ones, which I supported when I was in the legislature. I have not had any personal experience recently. Is there something particular? Yeah, because I don't really understand your question.
So
I'm saying it's very broad. I mean, is there something specific?
yeah, no, it is very broad. But I just wanted to get what you would propose as improvements or implementations for the city, for the system to be better.
Well, I think every system in the state can be better, whether it's the disability community. I tell people, when I decided to run for governor is because day in, day out, I see where infrastructure, whether it's DHH, Department of Motor Vehicles, DOTD, is just failing the citizens of the state. As far as the disability community goes, I did a lot of work in the legislature to help pass legislation to improve their quality of life, whether it be through education or anything else. I was always an advocate to help train and teach advocates so they could participate in the process and show them how to participate in the process. So look, I mean, look, I support all the citizens, 4.6 million, whether you have a disability or not. I want government to function and to provide the services. Obviously, the state doesn't have just an endless amount of money, but what we do, I want it to be first class and done in a way that is efficient, is timely, and cost effective. So that's what I do, no matter the program. So I'll support anything that the community believes we need to do to improve the quality of life of the disability community in our state.
Right. And similarly, what is your assessment of our mental health care system, and what are some things that you think need to be improved or that you would improve?
Well, look, mental health is a huge problem in this state. I mean, just look at what we're going through with our crime, our drug problems. So mental health is a huge problem, and we have minimal resources, and the legislature and the next governor is going to have to make some priorities. And if mental health is a priority, then they're going to need to make it a priority. We're going to have to not spend in certain areas in order to provide the type of services we need to help the people with mental health issues in the state. And we seem to have a large percentage of mental health problems compared to other states. So it's something we have to deal with, or we're going to deal with it one way or the other. So we just soon deal with it on the front end, try to prevent it, provide more services, whatever we need to do.
Yeah. And before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not really. Unless you have some specific questions. I mean, my background, for those that want to check, I mean, I was very active in the legislature on many fronts. You know, I did not like how the governors then used and abused the community in order to try to browbeat the legislature. I think it's wrong. I thought it was morally wrong. So you won't get that with me. You know, I'll have an open door at all times, and you know, my simple plan is this: I'm going to go to work six days a week if that's what it takes to fix the infrastructure of the state. And I don't necessarily mean roads and bridges. I mean the services that we can afford to provide. I'm going to make sure they're efficient and they're targeted where it needs to be.
Well, thank you so much. And if there is any way that we can offer assistance, feel free to come to us.
Yeah, it's same here. You know, again, I have a lot of friends and advocates, and you know, if y'all have some thoughts or some opinions, I'm happy to hear specifically, you know, what are some of the issues that you guys are dealing with today, and not only what issues you're dealing with, but what are the issues and how do we fix them? You know, and how do we move the ball, and how do you work together to do that? Because look, the governor can only do so much. It takes partnerships, it takes communication. You know, it takes working together to solve some of these issues, because some of them are very complicated, and it's going to be and many times it's about priorities. What takes you know, what's more important than the next issue. So I'm here and happy to have a conversation at any time.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.